Hello and welcome back to Speed Freak Garage, home of power sports on YouTube. We've finally got... Uh-oh. What'd I do with them? We've finally got our oil pump bolts, if I can... Where did I put them? Okay, I found them. They were inside. Okay, so... I waited quite a bit of time because I had ordered specialty like Chevrolet Performance fuel or oil pump bolts and they came in wrong. So I said, screw it, I'll just get super high grade bolts of the same kind and just put my own Loctite on them because it's like one of the few things you actually need the Loctite. So we're gonna go ahead and get this installed. We're gonna leave in the 10% stronger spring. And it's a standard volume pump because it's a smaller oil pan, so you can't use a higher volume pump, which sucks, but we got what we got. So and I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware that some people recommend shimming the pump, and some people think that's a waste of time. We're gonna do kind of an in-between of the two. Man, I need to throw away this Loctite bottle. We're gonna kind of do like an in-between. We're gonna snug these down and crank the engine over so that they, it kind of self-centers the pump, if that makes sense. And put the power tools away for all of the work we're gonna be doing today, which is pretty much finishing the engine except for the electrical items. So I'm just trying to emulate how much Loctite I saw in the picture of the bolts that I was supposed to get. Don't know how, maybe part one, you know, could have one number wrong and it's a completely different thing, you know, which explains why it took so long for them to arrive if they're not a standard part, because this should be a standard part that's, you know, on hand. So one of the other things we need to do is we need to prime the pump manually. It's going to dump oil everywhere, but you don't want to, you know, forget to put oil in the pump. That would not be good. And you're supposed to prime it again once you're actually ready for to turn the vehicle over. Now, I'll be honest. Oh, it goes right. Wait, is there supposed to be a seal on that? Doesn't look like there's supposed to be a seal on it. Damn it, did I just screw up? Low pressure spring, gaskets, different spring. Okay, that's confusing. I don't see any O-ring. I guess not. I guess it's just surface to surface. It's a little confusing. Well, if I have low oil pressure, at least I have an oil pressure gauge, so it won't hopefully be able to catch it on time. But it looks like it's just a surface to surface mating, which is a little interesting, but and excuse me in advance for my sniffling. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, so we're just gonna snug, whoops. I'm just gonna snug the bolts with the weight of the wrench. So we have even, shit, that backfired. So we have even pressure on all of the bolts. And yeah, I could have set the torque lower, but I think even a little bit of torque is not good for what we're doing. So now, surprise, 18 foot-pounds is the torque we want. So 15, 16, 17, 18. And I always go one more because this torque wrench is a little low reading. Low reading or high, I don't know. You know what I mean. Torque wrench doesn't torque as strong as it claims it does because it's a little off. But anyway, so now I can put this in. And that mating surface just scares me. It looks like it's flat though. And then I'm gonna pour some oil in here and hopefully it doesn't just, you know, go everywhere. Where's my break-in oil? I got enough break-in oil to... This is a cat's toy. He must have dropped it in the box. Oh, poor kitty. We've been looking all over for this. This is his favorite toy. Poor cat. Okay. Sorry for the sniffling. I've been blowing my nose every chance I get, and I just can't... I can't fucking deal with it. It's a waste of time. I got shit to do. Okay, so we're gonna do exactly what Melling says in their video, which is just dump this through the oil pump. It's gonna make... Don't want to make a mess, so... Whoop, it's filling up already. Okay, so... And that way, when we turn the engine over, we're not running the pump dry. So now we're going to turn the engine. We're going to do... How would I tell if it's a full turn? Oh, there's the key. So we'll just turn it over till we see the key. Back where it was. And now the oil pump is centered. It'll work. You know, I mean, if people are too obsessive about the oil pump, so somebody online told me 1 click, 2 clicks at most, so I'm gonna behave today. I mean, I got a little OCD, so if, you know, I don't, you know, you just gotta give me a little bit of a break. Okay. So that was 1 click. Now I'm going to go back and do my check click. Because it can shift when you tighten one side down and then the other side. Okay. And it doesn't look like any oil is leaking out like, yeah. So that surface is sealed now. Okay, and then I'm actually gonna, before I forget, oh no, because it'll drip all over the floor. Never mind. Okay, so now is the pickup tube, and when your pickup tube has 2 different seals, a green and a black, and there's instructions, but this one comes with a specialty blue one because it's a specialty pickup tube. So we're going to very lightly grease that O-ring so it doesn't like rip or tear when it goes in. And oh, we gotta remove this bolt. Shit. Where is my... I know you're not supposed to use this, but the bolt's not tight, it's just stuck because it's a prevailing torque. Or not prevailing torque, it's actually stronger than that, but anyway. So we're gonna put this in like that. Oh, that's a tight fit. And there's 2 tricks to this, which is to get all the bolts in before you actually start tightening anything. Oh, there's oil on that bag. So you just start it and just leave it there. That's gonna be a pain in the dick to tighten. And then I got this upgraded, I recommend, highly, highly, highly recommend this, because look, you just put one bolt in. That's stupid. That's such a stupid ass design. So we're gonna do this. They had 2 bags, that's weird. And then these are 9 foot-pounds. I probably won't be able to get a torque wrench on this one. Luckily, this tube has a little more clearance. It's a well-designed pickup tube. I like it. It's got a little heat treatment here, probably on purpose. It's got a filter. It's got a built-in screen. You never ever want to install one of these with a dirty or damaged screen. And honestly, it'd be better to buy a new tube than to use a dirty or damaged screen, because I don't know if the screen's repairable. It wouldn't make sense for it to be repairable. So now we're going to tighten these down first, because these are critical, and that just kind of holds the tube in place. So we're going to go down to, which this thing is a 10 foot-pound minimum. So we're going to go to 10 foot-pounds, because you don't want to go below the minimum or the wrench might not even work. And then if I even have something that'll... So I can tighten this one down, but it doesn't look like I'll be able to... Damn it, if only the tube had just a little more clearance. Well, actually, I might be able to do it like that. Not ideal, but better than nothing, right? So I'll tighten the main bolt down completely first. So we're doing 10 foot-pounds, supposed to be 9 foot-pounds, whatever. One click. Then we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be at a slight angle, so it won't be the full torque because of that angle, but it'll be close enough. Okay, then we'll go and do click number 2. Click number 2. Click number 2. Okay, now we gotta go back up to 18 foot-pounds. So 15, 16, 17, 18. I'll do 19 again because this wrench reads a little low. Or high, or whatever. I don't care. Oh, no. I might not even be able to get a wrench on that at all. Damn. You gotta be kidding me. How the hell am I supposed to do that? Man, my nose is so messed up. I don't want to be Mr. Sniffler, but... Oh, what the fuck? I gotta sit here for 5 minutes and you gotta be kidding me. The tube's designed like that because of the way the oil pan's designed to fit the Porsche, so I would hope that the normal standard design isn't that awful. That won't fit, but maybe a regular 13 will fit. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a little better, but not really, actually. Now the wrench is stuck. Okay. Come on. Okay, this is gonna take a while. If you guys know a better way to do this, please let me know for next time, because I'm sure I'll be rebuilding this engine probably on a yearly basis with how much abuse it's going to get. I mean, it's going to be an off-road race engine. Now the problem is, how the hell could I possibly get a torque wrench on? Where'd it go? Torque wrench on that. Oh, that's janky. I'm gonna round the head of the bolt off. don't get this tight enough, it will cause problems, so I don't want to fuck the bolt up. Come on. There we go. Okay, 2 clicks maximum. Sorry for the sniffling. I swear I'm not trying to be like, you know. Now, I don't want to put oil in here because I need to flip this over to do the rest of the work today because the oil pan is last. Don't argue with me on that. Where'd my gloves go? This might be, I hope I can flip the engine over on my own. This engine stands, I like it better than the other one, but okay, come on. I'm just a weak computer nerd. Don't judge me. Okay, come on. Fuck you. Okay. All those washers. Okay, so one of the things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the valley cover off because I was reviewing my video. Yes, I was reviewing my own video. And what is that plug for? And I didn't clean the surface before I installed the cover. So I need to take the cover off and make sure there's no debris on the surface, which sucks. But I fucked up and I need to do it right before I cause, oops, back to safety mode. Before I cause myself, you know, a blown engine. Okay. So you just do the same way you okay. Probably gonna have to stop the video and clean my nose here. I can hear myself mouth breathing. And if I can hear it, then you can probably hear it. I apologize. Trying to beat this cold, but it just won't go away. And a lot of people at work have it, so we keep just bouncing it off each other. Try not to rip these. Oh no, don't tell me those freaking, fuck. I think the seals on the NOx sensors are like a one-time seal. Because it doesn't want to come off. And it's gonna rip if, fuck, damn it. Oh man, don't tell me I have to buy a new valley cover just because I didn't, fuck. I don't like that. Ow, fuck, I just got it. And they have trouble with these seals leaking too. So, last thing you want to do is fuck them up. Okay. Man. Yeah, so I need to clean the dirt. What is that? Oh, that's the... never mind. Was that the PCV breather or the crank breather? I don't even know if these engines have two sides like modern engines. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is clean. I'm gonna clean this gasket with assembly oil because it does have some dirt on it because I'm an idiot. So yeah, that probably would have leaked a little bit actually if I hadn't taken it back apart. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of assembly oil on the gasket. Okay, and then I'm gonna clean the engine side. A lot of people use non-chlorinated brake cleaner. I do have okay, I do have some. I'm glad I double looked. Now I'm not gonna spray it directly on the engine because it'll spray away all the oil if it drips down. So we're gonna, okay, that should be plenty. They did not clean this surface very well, and that really frustrates me. I just got a little piece of towel I just saw. 2 pieces, 3, ooh. I'm gonna have to really flush this engine good with oil. Okay. All right. Probably should have used like a rag instead, but now it's clean. And now I can sleep at night because I've literally had like halfway sleepless nights worrying about finishing this engine and not having it go as soon as I freaking press the start button. Which is always possible, not even because it's your fault, maybe because the ATK built the engine wrong, you know. I mean, they have bad reviews, but they only have like 10 or 12 bad reviews out of the 70,000 engines a year that they make. Whereas if you look at Jasper, every review is a bad review. So anyway, I wanted like a crate engine, but they're just too expensive. And then I wouldn't learn. Okay, I'm gonna blow my nose, I promise. I'm gonna put this back on so dirt doesn't get in. And then I'm gonna go blow my nose. And obviously I'm not gonna make you watch or listen to that. Okay. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, so oh boy. This might explain why the bolts came. I don't want to destroy the gasket by having the bolts. There we go. Just gotta get it aligned. Okay. There we go. Just gonna have to be really careful we don't mess up the gasket. That explains why they were captured in when they came in. So. I'm doing this by hand because I want to assemble the engine correctly. Don't need cross threads, I don't need torn gaskets or stripped bolts. God forbid a stripped head or something. So, trying to do it the right way. Okay, now starting from the middle. And then going to the outside. Which I wish I would have been able to buy a nicer valley cover, but the problem is none of the nice ones had a knock sensor, which made no sense to me. You'd think if you're building a racing engine, you'd want knock sensors, so I was very confused. Unless it was a valley cover that I was looking at, which is just dumb because you got an intake over it anyway. Okay, so we're still set on 18 foot-pounds. Where'd my, oh. So, surprise, surprise, 18 foot-pounds. So, gotta get them all snugged up. I think I might have done that electrically last time, which isn't really the world's greatest idea, so. Wait, oh, almost did it wrong. Oh, looks like a little bit of oil came out of that port there. Interesting. Oh wait, that's a bolt hole, isn't it? I don't know what that is actually. Okay. Trying to retrain my OCD not to triple click. I didn't realize triple clicking was a problem. Now the second and final click. And it did move a little bit. That's expected on something with such a large seal. Okay, that's concerning. That was, man, okay, I gotta go a third time because that was, they moved way too much for my comfort. There, now they're tight. It's a little odd. Again, it's a really thick, pliable seal, so probably has to be that way since I'm sure the block flexes a little bit. Especially since it's an aluminum block. Okay. Okay, now we gotta, because I'm an idiot and dropped them on the floor, we gotta clean the shit out of our push rods and basically start over on all the oiling and shit that I did. Thank God I have this brake cleaner. That'll make this job way easier. Do I have an empty box I can use? I can make an empty box. Okay, so we are going to this towel here on top is actually a fresh, clean towel too, so we're gonna lay them out. Try and okay, and then we're gonna roll them so that they're turned over on the dry side. Okay, then we're gonna waste even more blue towels and clean them off. I don't know why I keep walking over to this one when there's one right here. I need to have one on those walls back there. I just ran out. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna go from here back to our, well, that surface doesn't look so clean anymore. We'll do that then. I'll say that's supposed to be my clean surface, but it's definitely not. I want to make sure we didn't get any dirt in our oil tubes, or whatever you want to call them, the oil squirters, or I don't really know what the name for the hole in the rod is. So and there is some dirt on them, so it's good I decided to clean them. It's actually quite a bit of dirt. So we gotta wait for this brake cleaner to dry before we can start lubing it up, because that brake cleaner's job is to eat lube. We don't want that. So these are dirty. I really fucked that up. Okay. Now, I got so much trash, I even had to dump some boxes out when I sold the turbo kit to put the turbo kit in boxes for the guy. So now I've got my lube. I'm gonna do this the lazy way. Lube, 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 lube. And you have to make sure you're using assembly grease or assembly lube or whatever, because that's what it's made for. You don't want to use something that would not dissolve once the oil starts flowing, because then you're screwed. This stuff literally, I'm pretty sure once it gets warm, like warm, not even hot, but warm, it just dissolves. So, okay. Now, I can put these back where they belong. Yeah, maybe a little too much. Okay. How did I get that giant glob on my knuckle? Ah. Okay. Man, I'm still mouth breathing. It's not even because my nose is stuffed up because I took care of that. It's either I'm just that used to my nose being stuffed up. Sinuses are still a little off, but God, it sucks. Okay, quit. Oh no, whatever. Okay, so this side goes on this side. Now, one of the things we need to do though is get rid of those bolts, and we're gonna use new bolts. Just got that shit all over myself again. So we're gonna use these. I determined that they are, yes, the correct bolts. I don't need that. Because I want to keep that, since I think major engine failure is the pump. So if the oil pump fails, then I want to have all the serial numbers and shit off of it. Anyway, so let's see, I'm trying to think here. Before I even do that, I'm going to turn the engine one time. Well, I'm going to make sure the engine is timed, but I'm also going to make sure all the push. Uh-oh. I think that's time, but push rods don't seem like they're moving to me. I mean, I know they only move a ½ inch, but you see that ½ inch movement, right? Oh, I hope I didn't fuck something up when I did the camshaft, like dropping lifters into the... No, because it was upside down. How could that... Oh boy. Okay, let's just see what happens. So, I think I kept them in order. I hope I did. GoPro still recording. Can't see if it's flashing or not. I think so. Hope so. Okay, I'm gonna need the right tool for that, so I'm gonna need to... My short extension is missing. Oh, I even have a socket missing. I have a whole set of sockets missing. There they are. Well, anyway, I don't even need sockets, so what am I doing? I need specialty. No, not even close. What the fuck? Oh, it's way off. There we go. Okay. Ooh, I should probably put grease on that. Dumb me. Dumb. That would be smart to put grease on a non-roller, which a roller rocker would be awesome, but I don't have the money for that shit. And I don't really think it's necessary for only 7,000 RPM. Okay. And then I'm gonna just do that actually, so. kind of cool how it works. The oil just shoots right up this way and then splashes all over and gets everywhere. It's pretty neat. Kind of like a by the seat of your pants style. That's a little concerning. Oh, wait a minute. Do I need to put the grease in the... Shit. Sorry, I skipped a step. My big ball of grease didn't even stay on. Okay. I skipped a step, and that would have been a very not smart step to skip, which is to use needle bearing grease in the needle bearings, because you can't just expect that oil is going to splash into them. I mean, you actually have to inject this shit is pretty expensive, so it better fucking do the whole engine. Oh, come on. These stupid tubes. Motherfuckers. Holy shit, the thing's only half full. Or 3/4 full. Fucking dickholes. Okay, anyway, so I'm just gonna do 1 squirt each to make sure I get all of them. And then I'm gonna come back and just pretty much just blast them with the last thing I need is a roller bearing to fail, because those explode fail. Like catastrophic fail. Okay. Doesn't really seem like the stuff is going into them. I think I'm gonna have to try a different strategy once I make sure I at least get them started. So, try a little bit smarter strategy here in a sec. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn them like this and then inject more grease or lube or whatever it is and let it sit for a minute. Probably change the GoPro battery while I'm waiting, and then come back and do the other side and then let it sit for a little bit. Damn it, why won't that one stay? I'm gonna use a lot more. This seems like it's already, I can already tell the grease is actually going inside now instead of just oozing out. And you guys were probably screaming the whole time like, no, do them on the side, do them on the side, what are you doing? I should have done them before I installed them, but this stuff hadn't shown up yet. And I know, yeah, I should have waited, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna change the GoPro battery before it has a fit on me, and I'll clean my hands and stuff and I'll be back. Okay, so fresh GoPro battery. So glad my friend basically told me I'm an idiot if I don't have extra batteries, because it's true. And so squirting this stuff in from the side, there was very obvious capillary action that the gravity helped quite a bit. So we're gonna do the other side. make sure everything is good to go. And I'm glad I did not forget to do that, because there's no way I would have been able to do it correctly. Just put my hand in grease on installed parts. Yeah, and I'm still mouth breathing. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what the deal is. I guess I'm just that sick and my sinuses are that bad. Usually you can hear if your own sinuses are bad, but I don't know. So, I'm sure you guys can barely see anything on the GoPro, but I need a new GoPro. I just don't want to spend $400 on one that's going to get all greasy and dirty and beat up. When I'm actually ready to start racing, I'll have to get 2 of them and hardwire them into the car. But okay, so I'll let those sit for a second, and I guess put this shit back in its tube. Stick it with the rest of my LS lubes, and it's so frustrating because the camshaft shield and the extreme pressure shit came in after I already used the cheap shit. Very frustrating. Why is that on the floor? So, our next step, of course, is to get the rockers in. So, well, we can at least dump these because we don't need those, and put this where it belongs. Wish it had like a temporary set hook or something to hold the damn thing in place. Okay, now we'll start with, wait, we did these first, right? Yeah. Okay, good choice. So we will start with these. Try not to put my hand in the grease this time. So we will set that down on there. And of course I can get my hand in the grease anyway. Come on. This is why the OEM ones had lead-ins. Why these don't, I think it's just lazy on Comp Cam's part. But anyway, I'm assuming this thing like centers itself, right? I mean, how else is it gonna? Uh-oh. Isn't that supposed to sit all the way? Oh wow, there's that much pressure on the, oh, the hydraulic roller has to, I don't know. Oh. Yeah, why is it not? That's a little concerning. I'm gonna have to be pissed if the trunnions are like wrong or something. Okay, I'm gonna get myself, I wish I had like a little knuckle, where's my short extension? Like a little knuckle wrench or whatever they call it, palm wrench. That would be so useful. I really need to buy one. I just don't need to spend any money. I spent enough money. Okay. Next. Probably These should now just drop in because it should already be lined up. How do I know which ones have pressure on the valves and which ones don't? I mean, maybe it'll be obvious, but I don't know. See, that one's going down way easier, so it probably doesn't have any. Or see, that one's like stuck up, so it maybe has a lift. It's trying to lift the valve. I don't know. Don't judge. Yeah, that's probably what that is. Also explains why the camshaft wasn't turning if the lifters were still kind of stuck up. So that looks like it has lift on it, which makes sense. So that one would get tightened down last. And I'm gonna have to double check the rocker torque, but I'm pretty sure it's 22 foot-pounds, but because I've watched those videos and read through my own data multiple more times since it's been over a week now. Yeah, that one looks like it has pressure on it too. Interesting. Interesting. What the hell? Are the bolt threads on that bolt pad? What the fuck? Those threads are definitely not clean. It's a little concerning. Yeah, what the hell? There's some shitty threads. Okay. Last one on this side, and then I'm going to torque it down before I forget. Okay. So it looks like I can't torque that one yet, maybe? I don't know. I don't know the rule for, because taking them off is a little different than torquing them down, right? That one's a little crooked. I don't like that. What the hell? That one's fucking crooked as shit. That was not good. I'm gonna have to be careful of that. Yeah, that one has valve seat pressure on it, I think. Yeah, it's like opening the valve. They probably don't want you to put torque, well, I'll probably just torque them and then turn the engine to change which valves are open and closed. And then damn, this piece of shit ratchet, come on. Yeah, this one is got a lot of pressure on it. I mean a lot. Okay, I'm gonna check foot-pounds real quick. So I measured correctly at 22 foot-pounds. I just hope this piece of shit can handle 22 foot-pounds. So, put that on. Okay, so 15, 20, 21, 22, 23. Because again, this wrench is a little weak. So we're gonna do that one last because it's under pressure. In fact, it's actually sideways. Shit. Might explain why I wasn't tightening right. There we go, that's much better. Much better. Okay, now we're gonna spin the engine enough to change the cam. You can immediately see it changed. So, pretty quickly. So, okay. And there's clips on all of them. Good, good, good. Okay. So that is that side. That was way more work than I really had expected, but that is okay. We are going to truck on. Need to find a little bit better method for this. I know that's not the smartest idea because it could go in the, but yeah, I just, you know, come on. This technically should hang here, which I know the rockers are cast because they're OEM, so you can't, you know, you can't be too dumb about it, but and I'm using the same rocker from the same cylinder. We made absolutely sure that we did that because it apparently matters to some extent. I mean, we have new valve springs, so the valve springs, you know, you don't have to match your valve springs. God damn it. But, trying to keep these things straight. I'm actually going to grease the needle bearing. Well, no, wait. I already soaked them. They should be fine. Okay. Come on, what is the deal? Yeah, that's why the OEMs had lead-ins, because of this shit. Which, I mean, yes, these are much better, stronger bolts, but they should have included lead-ins on them. And they didn't, because they're cheap. Now, yes, you're building an engine by hand, so you should be careful, but... Okay. I'm actually enjoying building engines. If it wasn't so expensive... if it wasn't so expensive, I would do it more often. Of course, if this engine blows up, I might be doing it all over again. We are going to attempt to start the engine on the stand. We're going to make our own test stand safely, of course. So, what's up, man? I'm almost done with this job. Check it out. The back door of the house is unlocked too.
Oh, it is his eye?
Yeah. Make sure you say hi when you go in the door so you don't scare her.
Finally got them on.
Getting there. It's a little touchy because if there's any pressure from the cam, like this one, and this one, then it doesn't seat straight, and I had to redo a couple of them already. They're really touchy. You can see if they're straight or not. Should be able to get the whole engine finished before the end of the weekend, except for the electrical stuff. That'll be here next week. And Brandon thinks he can help me work up a safe test stand to start the engine on the stand. Whenever the headers are going to be the last thing to show up. They're on special. Well, they're supposed to be getting ceramic coated right now, so. But that'll be the longest. Oh, there's too much valve pressure on that one. I'll have to come back to it. This one too, but at least get it started. I had a guy on YouTube, I think you saw that, he told me that you're never supposed to click it more than 2 times or you over torque it. So I've been trying to retrain my OCD not to click it. You know, it's hard, man. Like, you spend a couple years doing that and it's like, it feels weird not to, I don't know. I probably should buy a better torque wrench, honestly.
Tell that guy when he buys parts, tell him to piss off, and then whenever he buys your parts, he can tell you when to torque it and how to torque it. Oh, you're recording?
Yeah.
What's he gonna do, sue me?
Shit, come on. A little skeptical. That one doesn't seem like it. Oh, yep, now it's loose. Oh, it's really loose. Shit. See, it's trying to twist on me.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. come on.
Why don't you go back with this one?
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, too lazy. There we go. Okay, come on. Okay, and then I'll double check that. That one. That one. That one. Oh, come on. That one. That one. Getting there, Les, getting there.
Where are they getting powder coated at? Or ceramic coated?
I'm not sure. It's just an outsource job. Okay, and I need to spin that again because these are, for some reason, these just aren't. There we go. Now they're all ready. Actually, you missed it. I took this center cover back off and cleaned it because I noticed on my video, I was reviewing my video and I forgot to clean this gasket before I installed it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did because there was a piece of metal stuck to the gasket. That would have been, I mean, it wouldn't leak oil, but it would have like had little vapor fumes floating around.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it for tonight. I'm just gonna set my torque wrench down. And then undo the battery for safety. Yeah, we might as well snap that cover back on so dirt doesn't get in there. And then, see, this is a cheap bolt. These are spare, and I got spare LS bolts. And then I gotta do something with all of these. It's really cool to look at that engine outside of the car, since most of it's hidden by the car's frame anyway, you know?
Yeah. And now you can do your spark plugs.
Right?
I wonder how they do it though.
People claim they can do it. I don't think I'd ever have the patience. I'd end up fucking throwing something through the windshield. But, okay, and then I'm gonna be super paranoid and I'm gonna do my roller bearings one more time. It's the last thing. These freaking. You fucking.
James?
It looked like a.
You need help?
It looked like you're on the job. Yeah, that's what I thought. You can't even get the needle. Oh wait, yeah, you can. Cool. I'm gonna fucking grease this. This is the third time I've greased these little bearings inside of here. Because if one of these bearings fails, it shatters metal all over this part of the engine and it gets into your oil. So I don't want them to fail. And obviously, I mean, it squirts oil on them, but it's the first couple seconds the engine's running that you have to worry about.
I gotcha.
Like,
Did
there's.
you not need this?
Huh? No, it's not listed for sale, right? Not yet. The problem is that overpipe, I think the 2J swap uses that overpipe, but I don't think it uses that long pipe. So I'm gonna keep them until I know for sure.
Okay.
Because like the Porsche exhaust, I'm gonna have to make from scratch. And I mean, I would have had to anyway because the OEM exhaust was falling apart, but it would have been nice to have a template or something that actually wasn't rusted to death. The Porsche exhaust, I'll probably use all slip-on pipe and then have a friend weld a good TIG weld bead around it later on. Okay, where did my little...
We'll see if this works.
Oh, you guys are trying it?
Yeah, can I borrow your rice thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I thought you guys were gonna cook it here.
No.
Oh,
No. I'm doing it tomorrow.
tomorrow, okay. Did she explain it at all, or?
She did. She said she doesn't like this thing. It's defective for her. She said she wants to bring her own rice cooker.
Did she give you the steamer basket?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So hopefully it works.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
make, like,
cool.
I'll have to make like 3 times. It's gonna take a long time.
If it works, you can have it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because she complains about it every single time. So just stop the complaining.
Hey, that doesn't work. Can I?
If you can pick it up and carry it home, you come back with a forklift.
Yeah.
I'm actually tempted to buy an old forklift. And, you know, like the battery operated forklifts are almost worthless when the batteries die. So you take the battery out and just like put a car battery in it and it'll work for like 5 minutes. And that's all you really need in a shop, you know?
Like to move it?
Yeah, I like to move the forklift and lift something up real quick and then you plug the battery back in.
You take up too much space. You're still recording, by the way.
I know.
Oh. You take up,
Edit it out.
you're gonna take up too much space. And
This is too dirty.
forklifts aren't cheap.
I think you can get a used one for like $5,000, but that's expensive. I'm not saying that's cheap. I'm not saying that's cheap.
Damn.
Dirt.
I'm slowly losing.
You totally don't have paper towels there. Just
I'm really disappointed in myself for not installing those there, because that's a shorter walk than.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna have like everywhere, like
Yeah.
10 of them.
It's like,
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
this is defective. So take a picture and let me know how it looks.
You know why though? It's funny. So it's got that really long ass cord on it. So she had the cord under it and it was tilted. And because it was tilted, the water didn't boil properly. And so the rice didn't cook. So I pulled the wire out and we recooked the rice and it worked great. But I've never heard the end of it, that it was defective. So, whatever.
Yeah, I was telling her because she was like, "What are you making again?" And I was.
Thank you everybody for watching and we will see you next time.
Try